Welcome to Bits by the Numbers, or just by the numbers by this stage. I'm FM20 and I hope you're doing well. Let's see if we can go out on a bit of a bang, shall we? So this is the last episode of the Bits by the Numbers series where we've used data to drive Belfast Celtic all the way up. And if we look at the league table, you can see from the last video we slipped from 3rd to 4th. So we've got the whole kind of European playoffs to go through for next season if we want to do that, but I'm not going to do that on camera. But 4th place finished, more points than we've ever had before, and if we look at the schedule, you can see that we lost our match against Institute on camera, then we lost against Linfield, dropped some points against Duncannon, and then when the league split, we lost against Larne by a goal, lost against Linfield, and then lost against Glenavon, which was enough for us to go from being 3 points ahead of Glenavon to being 9 points behind them. So we let that slip. But that's potentially, because we've got our eyes on this, the first ever Irish Cup final with the Belfast Celtic. So we're going to see if we can win this one, and then afterwards, win or lose, we'll just do a quick summary of where we've been, how we've got here, and how it's gone over 11 seasons or so. So a few changes we need to make. We've got Greg, Beggs and McGee up front, which is good. We've got Byrne, Barr and Downey here, which is good. Heaney, Holland and Murray, but Greg is going to have to come off a quick. Would do, if I could drag him in. Dallas on there. Bring Cockcroft on. That's going to do. That's going to do us. We've never beaten Larne. Ever. We played them in the Antrim Cup final. Didn't beat them then either. That 4-5 in our last match we played is interesting, because that's the closest we've come. They've just won the title though. Depends how much they care really. Packed stadiums, this must be the National Stadium. Yeah, Windsor Park. See what we can do. Already looking bad. Good save. They're much stronger than us. I think every season we've been in the Premiership, I've shown that. Oh, look at that. Just laugh, that's good. Yeah, I show that kind of table of how much money they spend compared to how much money we spend on wages. Quick goes long. Not quite getting there. It looks like it's going to be their highlight. Making us look like fools. It is a long shot. It would just be nice and poetic, wouldn't it, to win the last match, our first ever Northern Irish Cup. Not massively confident while we've not had a single shot on target. And they've already had a goal disallowed. It's raining, maybe that'll suit us. It's scrappier. Demand some more. Across the face of goal there. So get it out. Sorry, I'm still recovering. And he goes. Go on, Murray. Back to Heaney. Come on, do something with it. Not enough space. Not enough movement either. Oh, McGee. Oh, Beggs almost. Wasn't terrible once we got going. Might be the best chance we get there. Not entirely sure what that was, Murray. Oh, saved. I thought I was going in. A lot of yellows. A lot of yellows. Starting to edge ahead again. Okay, minutes half time. They've dominated. There we go. Reassure everyone. If we get all onto penalties, then we got as good a chance as anyone. Go on, Downey. Okay. Methodical. Box operate. I think Heaney's going to come off actually. Oh, that's terrible, isn't it? Definitely could come on for Heaney. Johnny Kirk. God is on the break. Ah, it's disappointing, isn't it? Demanded more, but let's bring in Cockcroft, because he's been with us from that very first intake. Come on, get it out. That was almost looked like there was going to be something then. Oh, come on. Don't be shy, get that ball. In some ways a 1-0 loss would be worse, wouldn't it? That makes it feel like he could have done something. Miller doing his best to make it 2-0 there. No, we've lost. At least we'd have to put up with the FM21 cannons and that. 1-0 loss, that's so close. Almost feels like a win. Obviously it's not. It wasn't actually that bad a performance. We had a lot worse against Larne. We changed from losing like 7-0 to them. Oh well. First ever cup final there. Made almost, well, yeah, I've made 100,000 from doing that. All goes into the kitty. Looking healthy. Okay, let's summarise then. We've lost. That's alright. We've come a long way. If you look at the club info, if you start all the way, where would it be? There. So we go from 8th, 6th, 5th, then we got promoted. Then we got promoted again, and then we had a run in the Premiership for a few seasons. So if we look at it, so it's not very clear when I look at it down there, is it? In fact, now there's a better way of doing this, isn't there? This way. So, first season we got 8th. We were newly promoted. Then 6th, then 5th. Then we got promoted in that season. Then we got promoted straight up, only one season in the Championship. So this bit here was a lot of us bouncing around a little bit, not quite making it until we cracked it. And then we started to get some success. 9th, 11th, we had to go through the relegation playoff. 10th. Then last season, finished 4th. That's not right, is it? I'm not counting this right. We finished 4th last season. And then 6th, did we? 6th that season. 4th season before, but didn't make it to Europe. There we go. That makes sense. And then 4th again this season. So 4th is the highest we've finished, but 62 is the highest amount of points. We've gone from being a team that had basically nothing in the bank to having just shy of $1 million spending on our sort of facilities. Our estimated value is just shy of $1 million as well, which was better from less than 100,000. We're still playing in 1,000 Glen Road. The facilities haven't really changed that much at all, but we have changed the way the club plays, the quality, the wage budget. Always got time to show you the wage budget. Look at that. So we're still modest, but these to be down way below. 180 was, it's particularly high, but way below that. No, 80, not 180. So we used to have less than Ballymallard, much less. But we're now semi-pro, spending over $250,000. Nowhere near what Larne are doing, or Linfield, or even Glenavon, but competing quite happily with them. And if we look at the kind of records, I think, well, let's look at the best 11 first. So this is the overall. So you got Eddie Gregg. Apparently he's just got shy of 50 league goals for the team. We've signed him and he's got plenty. Count the cup ones. See, this can't be right, can it? He's got 76. These are all his league goals. He's been good. Alan O'Connor is back at Larne. He had a good few seasons for us. Big man, big target man. Cockcroft, who has been here for just over 200 appearances now from that youth intake. Devlin's been around. He's not very good, is he? But he's been around. Paddy McCallion was our right winger for quite a while. Gone off elsewhere after last season. He only had a few seasons with us, actually. They've got Blair Downey. He's got shy of 200 appearances for us. He had a brief dalliance with Carrick, but we brought him back. This is one of our youth prospects. Williamson played on the left for a good few seasons. Lee fell out of favour. Darren Strain and McFay in the centre. So Strain, quite a few appearances for us there. McFay about the same. Both came in around about the same time. Greg on the right, again relatively new, but a mainstay. And then we had Colin McCallion in net for so long. So long. He was the weakling. We had to get rid of him when we used the XG against. And we've managed to achieve a lot, really. Because we use things like XG against, receive pass position, XA, so expected assists and things like that. We've gone a long way from having the likes of Lee Bonnis. His career notes have gone, but 62 league goals from Lee Bonnis. He was a very low XG player, but it's what we had. Had to get rid of him, replace him with a better XG, Eddie Gregg. But all part of the kind of tapestry. Highest position 4th, lowest was 8th down there. Most points 62, fewest 26. We had a bad season that year. It's one of our first years. Highest kit receipts from Europe. So we played well in Europe. I imagine the European coefficient for Northern Ireland's gone up after our showing as well. Biggest win was 6-0 against Comarec. Cup, biggest defeat was 8-1 against Crusaders. We had quite a few big defeats. Most we paid was just shy of $5,000 to actually get Eddie Gregg. Never really received any money for anything. Gary Warwick ended up to scout for us. All this, he was a winger. All this goal scorer. Youngest goal scorer was Stephen Duff, who retired not long after scoring that, to be honest. TJ Hughes was there from the very start. We had Reese Hunter, who had that really good cup season. But again, once he left us, he didn't go on. He retired. Didn't work out for him. And yeah, not much else really to consider for this. We're favoured personnel. I think we should be higher than that. Bonus as an icon. I think we should be at least an icon. We won the championship. We've won the Steels and Suns Cup. Technically, we won it once, and it's been won by our reserve side. We won the Intermediate League. We've been in 2 cup finals, the Antrim Cup final and the Northern Irish Cup final, which we were just in at the start of this episode. Not bad from a team that was defunct and got resurrected to replace Sports and Leisure Swifts. Still plays in a 1,000 capacity stadium in the shadow of the bigger side, Linfield, nearby. Who even at at highest, we've got a team that's got 20 million. What am I talking about? Lana spending 20 times more on wages than we are at our height, in our most successful season, and we're still up there, still doing alright. Not bad. That's just using the data that helped drive us forward. So when FM21 comes out, we'll be moving to England to do something similar for the Defugan data. I might carry on playing. If you've got any comments, leave them. I appreciate them. I'll get back to you. Anything you want to see, anything you want me to clarify, I'll do that if I can. And I just really appreciate everyone who's been watching along with this series. It's a long one. We started at beta, carried all the way through to almost the beta of the next one. So I really appreciate the support, the watches, the likes, but most importantly, you spending your time watching it when there are plenty of other things you should go out and watch as well. If you've got downtime between now and FM21, go watch Old Lady Plays, Mikalinha, FM Llama, Dodgy Gamer, Avoiding Relegation. All worthwhile watching out. Fill your boots with them before the next season starts, and I'll be back with the Defugan data. But I've really enjoyed this save. I will be keeping it in case I want to go back for nostalgia purposes later on. And apologies, the videos have been few and far between towards the end, but the pandemic and work, being a new father, and then getting COVID have all had their impact to play. Thanks very much for following Belfast Celtic. This has been By the Numbers.